Well, something we hear often is we are created on purpose for a purpose, and oftentimes it's that purpose that brings meaning to our lives.
So does God have a purpose for each of us specifically? That's exactly what a viewer recently asked. The question was, I have lots of dreams and ambitions, but how do I know what my real purpose is for this life? I don't want to miss what God has called me to do or his true purpose for me. Well, Ashley, maybe you've wondered that about your life at some point.
Yeah,
I know
absolutely.
I have. And of course, everyone watching knows you and I can't tell any individual, you know, here's
exactly.
But
yeah.
I think two things we certainly know God wants of us is, you know, Luke 10, that we love the Lord with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength. And of course, that the Lord desires us to look more and more like Jesus in our journey. That's big picture, of course. This question is probably more specific, but what about my job? What about tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of us have maybe struggled with that or have asked that question. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, I definitely agree. I think a lot of times we can get so caught up in the specific calling and the specific divine purpose. And honestly, I think we get too caught up on that and we lose the big picture, because I think we need to understand that first and foremost, as you said, we are created in the image of God, so we are called to be like Christ. That's our biggest purpose. And then from there, so like I imagine it as an umbrella, right? So like the big umbrella is the big overarching purpose of being made into the image of Christ.
Yeah, that's great to remember. That's the big picture.
Right, that's the big picture. But then God will choose different things in our lives based on the giftings and the talents that he's given us all. So I think my encouragement to you, friend, is that you just focus on the big picture. And then from there, as you focus and really focus on your relationship, your intimate relationship with Jesus, I think it's going to become more clear what he's specifically asking you to do, whether that's, you know, pastor a church or be a social media Christian influencer or something like that, you know, because it can be lots of different things. But just don't get so concerned that you don't have a calling and a purpose, because guess what, you do, and that's called being made into the image of God.
Yeah, and a lot of times I think people are aware of this. You know, what is easy for you to do? Does something come rather simply to you?
Yeah.
Is there, you just kind of naturally flow in this particular skill or talent? And then is there a need for that? You know, like your skill set, does it meet a need the world has? And as you were saying, Ashley, like there's the big picture, and then perhaps praying, like the Lord's going to lead us if we're attuned and trying to hear from him, and we're praying for direction.
Absolutely.
In my experience, he leads, like it's not 2 steps ahead, 3 steps ahead, 5, 10 years ahead. It's just a small thing, Andrew. Can you be obedient here? That's in my life because that's how I operate. I remember, so my wife and I, I'm getting somewhere here. My wife and I were fixed up on a blind date, okay? True blind date, like no social media pictures, whatever. So we showed up, and about a half hour into our conversation, and she's trying to get to know me, and she says, Andrew, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I was brutally honest and took another bite of my dessert and said, I don't know. I don't really think about that stuff. And I kept eating and not thinking that I found out later, was pretty mortified that you're perhaps boyfriend maybe is like, has no direction. I don't know. It's just, I don't think, I'm like, what's next week, next month? So the Lord in my life has given me small steps of leading, and then if I follow that, he'll reveal the next one. Don't undervalue what a small step of obedience can do. And if you're taken out of your comfort zone, that's a real good indication that God has something for you there. Yeah,
and you know, we've talked about this a lot, but the importance of like mentorship and the importance of others being able to speak into your life, it's really important to have those people, because oftentimes, you know, in a moment of just wondering, you can pray, absolutely pray, talk with the Lord, but then also talk with people who you trust, who know you, and say, hey, like, can you pray for me? Can you pray and intercede for me of what specifically God is asking of me?
Where do you see my gifting?
Exactly, because a lot of times we can get so caught up, we don't see it within ourselves, but others can speak into our lives, and it's like a game changer. You're like, oh, wow, you're so right, because that's happened to me in my life so many times. I mean, I'll sit here and tell you, I didn't expect to be doing what I'm doing right now, but it was the Lord's leading and others coming into my life and speaking into my life. And then me realizing, oh, wow, yeah, this is what God has for me.
And ask people that have your best interest at heart, because not everybody does. Let's be honest about
that. Absolutely. Well, I hope that helped you guys.
It helped me. Thank you.
Good. Absolutely. It helped me, too. Hey everyone, I'm Ashley Key. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so we can reach more people with encouraging content like you just watched, and so you never miss a beat. See you next time, and God bless.